Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts, Tuesday, and yes, we got sunshine over my shoulder, and it makes me happy. But man, look at the look at the water, man. We got a bunch of rain. It's wet, it's muddy, and they're calling for rain again tomorrow. So even though it's warm and the sun's out, it ain't gonna really make a big difference about drying it up if we're gonna turn around and get some more. But that's part of life. So anywho, had a guy up here a little earlier today. Actually pulled in right behind me as I was opening the gate, and he's interested in the El Camino, and he don't know if he wants to buy parts, if he wants to buy the whole car. And I don't normally sell them whole, but I did price this one. Not sure that I could pull it out, but there's Corvette popped up last night that I would love to own. So I thought, what the hey, if this guy buys it for what I'm pricing it to him for, not only am I making money still, now probably not as much as if it parted out over time, naturally, but if I could put the Corvette deal together, then that would definitely help. I don't need to be buying it. I truly don't. But it's an old, it's a 74, and it's been it was a show car, like almost immediately. They went and had custom paint and interior and all this, and then like in 77-ish, the lady took it back to the shop and said, make it a little more radical. So they put like a power tilt front end, and they gull winged the doors. And when she went to get it, she didn't like it, took it home, put it in the garage. And it was 1978. It's got 12,000 miles on it, but it's been taken apart. Motors out of it, interiors out of it. They done a lot of that so they could work on it. And then when she didn't like it, she just took it home like it is. So it had to be put together, but it's so flipping cool. So yeah, I would sell this. Now yesterday, if you've seen yesterday's video, of course, it was a nasty, and I mean nasty day. But I came out and I met with one of the local Amish builders about building my garage. And so the rain hadn't hit. It'd been raining, but it wasn't when he was here. So I showed him my plans. I showed him how I wanted it built, and we discussed some things. And so he, while he was here kind of going over some stuff, I'd got a call from a young man about buying this truck. And so I said, well, send me some pictures and I'll talk to you about it. So me and the Amish gentleman got done, and he's supposed to be working on me a quote for the building. And I called this guy back, and he said, this thing runs, everything works in it, but he said it just keeps blowing a module on the side of the distributor. So I said, well, I would buy it, but I got no way to come after it. If you can bring it to me, I'll pay you a little extra. And he said, yeah, I can do that. So I looked up, and it wasn't long. They come in the driveway with it hooked to a chain and pulled it over here. So yeah, it's rough. It is rough, but 306-cylinder, manual transmission, lockout hubs, four-wheel drive, all of that kind of stuff. It's got good windshield trim. I've sold every piece of that for this body style that I've had back there. Now, I don't know about this door, but I know the other door was good on the bottom. Let me feel. Come on, baby. Yeah. So the door is good. The shell of the door, same way on the other side. This seat's not horrendously terrible. They about all got to be fixed, but all of this trim sells good out of them. The sun visors, the glove box, those type of things sell. That wood grain trim there would sell. And there's a good chance that steering column wheel, for someone that's got a manual and don't want that shifter on it. So it's got some stuff. You got your HVAC controls, like I said, your cluster, things like that. So it may look rough because it is rough, but at the same time, there is some things that's going to be good about it. I got a buddy that's wanting to come look at me. He's maybe interested in that back bumper because he was looking for one to paint. Tailgate may be usable. I haven't let it down. I actually didn't even get out and look at it yesterday. He sent me some pictures, and they pulled in, and I paid him. And like I said, it's starting to sprinkle, and then they left, and so there you go. But Man, I can't quit yawning for nothing. And I slept good last night. So good, I didn't really want to get up this morning. I'm getting used to that CPAP machine. That was my third night with it. But, you know, some little door fender trim, some things like that. Probably the mirrors. Look at there. I'd like to have that sign before they cut it up. Because I like signs. But, you know, your clutch pedal setups, those sell good. So yeah, it'll do something. But the main thing is, you know, I keep saying it's been slow, and it has. But at the same time, man, you can't hardly pass these up when they're cheap and they'll deliver them to you. So got that done yesterday, and let's see, about it, man. Went back home, and it was just so nasty and raining. And Lord, I sat out here for a pretty good little bit because it was pouring rain, and I didn't want to get out and lock the gate in the rain. And I told my wife, I said, I'll be home, but it might be a little bit. I'm going to wait till it quits raining. She said, well, what if it don't quit raining? I said, then I guess I'll get wet. And it did ease up a little bit. And so I got on home. And, of course, I got this one in last week. And that one in last week. And then this Saturn View. And here it sits muddy as a pig pen. And I got to get these back in the junkyard somehow. I don't know. I guess if not, they can sit here. I think I'm going to go in here and try to pick back up where I left off the other day on getting the little building insulated. Man, it's muddy. I got tickled. Barney came down yesterday. I haven't seen him today, but it was raining, and he don't act like it bothers him now, but he came up inside, and he hung around in here for just a little bit. So when I was out here the last time, I was able to do some stuff. I got to this point, and I took those sections where I was cutting them off the tops of these other ones, because it's going to have another metal or whatever over top of it, so it really don't matter. And it's a little hard to put them up there by yourself because they're flimsy. Now, you can't hardly break them, but they're flimsy. And I kind of didn't leave myself a nailer on that end. So what I'll probably do is when I put the ceiling up, I'll put the ceiling up first, and then the metal on the walls will help hold it up. And then where I do have a double plate, I can nail up some kind of little piece of trim. So it'll all be kosher. That's the only truss I've run into so far that was a tad bit wider than the 2 foot. So that piece wanted to keep falling down on me, but I pretty much about got it. So I'm going to probably, since that's the only one of those I got left until I do some others on the wall, I'm going to probably get a full sheet and try to hold it up and get a couple nails in it, and then I can stand on that ladder and feed the insulation back in it. So I still got 4 pieces there without busting another bundle, but I got 2 more bundles of it, so hopefully that's enough, or supposed to be enough if I measured everything right to finish this up. But I figure I'll just try to do this half, maybe down through here. And of course, where this building's only 12 foot wide, those pieces I can cut in half, because these are 8 foot and I'll just need a 4 foot. So it'll get down through here quite a bit. And then I done moved a bunch of stuff back into the corner, but once I come down this way quite a bit, then I'll start to mower up, move it over, and kind of sweep and clean up. And then I'll just come around the wall and kind of do my thing. But I got to leave the little spot. I got to still run my ground cable. So I got to run that out over there, but I can put the top piece up and cut out around the box. And then over here, I need to still run me a jumper from that plug to put one on the outside and get that done. So I can still insulate and maybe do the top down that wall. And then I can finish this one out over here, and then the little one's on the end. Just, when it's just a one-man show, and sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's nasty, sometimes I'm lazy, or I'm just busy enough that I don't want to come in and mess with fiberglass insulation and insulation board just to get itching for 1 or 2 pieces. So here's where I'm at. But it'll happen. I'm thankful, and I'm hopeful, and all that kind of stuff. Listen, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to get, I think I'm going to get busy, and I brought my other little ladder from home and see if I can't get one of these bigger pieces up by myself. And if I can, then that'll make it, it'll cover a lot quicker naturally. And see if I can at least get half of this building done down this way. Who is this? Who has just snuck up behind me? Mr. Barney Googlehead, where you been, man? You not talking to me this morning? Barney. I swear he's gotten so deaf, he don't want to hear. He either don't want to hear or he can't hear. Did you hear me talking to you, man? You want your breakfast? Huh? You old fart. What you doing, man? What you doing, dog? Yeah, you're a good old boy. Now, don't fall down in that mud. I'm not getting down there and rubbing on your belly, Barney, or am I? Okay, just a sec. Oh, you're wet. You're an old wet dog. I'll go get you some food, okay? All right. Hey, y'all, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. And Barney's even begging for you, too. I'll catch y'all on the next one.